Hi, my name's Allison. I'm a psychic medium and a farmer. Today's day 24 of milking my cow on TikTok. Today I want to talk about tools versus crutches. I'm talking about tarot cards, oracle decks, pendulums, yes, even ChatGPT. And I want to talk to you about how these tools can be excellent servants but terrible masters. So how can we use them in a way that is helpful and not harmful? Before we start talking, I want to make it perfectly clear that this post is not some clickbaity, I'm going to tell you what to do, how to do it, but instead I want to tell you about my personal experiences using a variety of tools and methods to connect with my intuition, and more of a word of caution, word to the wise, keep this in mind as you go forward sort of conversation about this topic that can get very hot and spicy very quickly. So I'll start off by saying I've had incredible, wonderful, intuitive experiences and validations using tarot cards, plant medicine, guided meditation, oracle decks, and the assistance of other intuitives. I think these are all wonderful, helpful tools that can provide you with extra or additional insight if you're asking for a question, clarification, or validation on a particular topic. Especially if you're someone who feels a bit alone on this spiritual journey and you don't have a lot of people to connect with in your daily waking life. But we have to be really careful when we may be starting to toe the line of, is this item being used as a tool or as a crutch? Am I using this item or tool to be a helpful servant for me to connect with my own intuition, or am I giving my power away and allowing this item or device or method to be my master? When we rely too heavily on these sorts of tools and they start to become crutches, it feels similar to when people get really superstitious, like not stepping on a crack on the sidewalk, not walking underneath a ladder, or a sports team wearing the same socks and not washing them while they're on a winning streak. We all understand how we can make that connection. I think we all can also understand why thinking that a smelly sock versus our skill and our teamwork and our practice and our cooperative efforts is going to decide the outcome of the game instead. Now you can say, oh, it's just a sock, or oh, it's just a tarot card, or oh, it's just me asking ChatGPT to interpret my dream for me. It's fine. Yeah, it can feel fine because we live in a world that wants us and begs us to give our own power away. When we give our power away, we become a product to be used. When we are willing to give our power away to someone or something on a regular or constant basis, that signifies we feel more confident having choices made for us from something or someone that is outside of us. And that just doesn't make sense when you think about it. Who knows you better than you? Now, sometimes when we're in a state of confusion or we've got a lot going on and we're just seeking clarity, someone or something that can provide outside perspective can really help us bring everything into focus. Or when we're trying to move through actions quickly and we need a lot of information at our fingertips. I'll focus on plant ceremonies, ChatGPT, and tarot cards. We've got a lot of information within the internet on ChatGPT. Do I use ChatGPT sometimes as a tool? I absolutely do. But I do not enter my life story, questions about my life, or ask ChatGPT to interpret anything for my benefit. I treat ChatGPT like an administrative assistant. Please get me coffee. Also, please tell me the spiritual symbolism of windows in a dream. Now, I did not put into ChatGPT, I had a dream about my dead mom and I was in my childhood bedroom and my dead mom was there and she was cleaning up broken glass in my window. And what does that mean, ChatGPT? Do you see how it's different? Do you see how I'm using it as a tool, as a servant, and not a crutch? It's not my master. That's all I'm trying to get at. I don't use tarot cards for any of my client sessions, and my knowledge on tarot is basic, but I have enough knowledge in it to understand and appreciate all of the cycles of life that the cards and the artwork on it provides for us to reflect on. So if I'm a little bit too wound up, if I got a little bit too much going on and I'm looking for direction of like, I know that these are the things that I need to do, but which one do I need to start on first? And I just want to an extra validation for myself, I'll pull a card or I'll do a small spread, and I will use my own intuition to access the information displayed in the tool and connect those dots myself. There's a multitude of different plant medicines, plant ceremonies, and from my own experiences can provide profound and an incredible amount of information in a short period of time. I like to think of any sort of plant medicine as a way to, let's call it, FedEx overnight a big chunk of information for your benefit. Not everybody needs FedEx overnight. We should not be relying on having ourselves in altered states in order to receive our greatest and highest good. Is it helpful at certain points in our life? It absolutely can be. Is it for everyone? No, it's not. Same with tarot cards, same with ChatGPT. It's not for everyone. If you feel called to a tool, go for it. Enjoy it, utilize it. And as much as you need to respect that tool, you need to respect yourself more and your ability to connect with your higher self. Last but not least, we shouldn't give our power away to another human being. And I'm talking about someone like myself, a working psychic medium. I like to think of myself as a spiritual handyman. You can fix some of your own things around your spiritual house, but sometimes there's something big that you need to call someone in for help. If you're interested in using any of these tools in your practice, or maybe you already do, that's great. Can you just pinky promise me something? Pinky promise yourself that you know everything you need to move through life is here within you, and that although outside assistance can be helpful, it's not mandatory. And although it can be helpful, it can be detrimental and tempt you to give your power to something or someone outside of yourself.